Welcome to Rio 360. I'm Marisa Chavez and thank you for joining us.
And I'm Omar Lopez. Let's get started with the coverage on Legacy Barbershop Talk with news correspondent Bella Fortney.
We're here at Rio Hondo in the Owl Tower for the Legacy Plus Shop Talk. The Legacy Foundation stands for Latinos Empowered, Guided, and Cultivated in Education. This event was aimed to share male success initiatives for traditional and non-traditional students who identify as Latino or other men of color, or just self-identify as men. The speakers here today are the Board of Trustees President Oscar Valladares and Vice President Assistant Superintendent Dr. Eric Dixon Peters. Professional haircuts were offered to share more support not only for students but for other participants that may need it. Free food was also offered, recognizing first-generation students at Rio Hondo along with other community colleges. Vice President Assistant Superintendent Dr. Eric Dixon Peters, along with the hardworking staff who support community colleges' growth and success, all gathered around to share this group photo. The Board of Trustees President Oscar Valladares shared his thoughts on the matter.
Of recognizing first-gen students, not just community colleges here in California, but across our country, where we celebrate and recognize first-generation students. I'm a former undocumented student, so I was the first in my family to attend and complete higher education journey. And this is something that we try to encourage our students so they can feel recognized and valued despite any stories, struggles they may be experiencing.
This event is not just a shop talk. This event is a way for people to connect while also getting free haircuts.
Thank you, Bella, for that coverage on the Legacy Barbershop Talk.
Now, moving to Brooklyn Hunter on the scene with our Caring Campus Luncheon.
Students, faculty, and staff attended the first Campus Care Luncheon in the Owl Tower where they voiced their feedback about Rio Hondo.
Also, just to give employees and student leaders the opportunity to just share a meal with each other, talk to each other, share time together, and really reconnect and know that we support and take care of each other.
Members of the campus care team told their perspectives. Assistant Director of HR, Tony Tracer, told her story about her daughter and expressed that something like the Caring Campus would have made a difference.
That would have made a difference for her on the campus, and so anything like that, I think we should do that. We should make sure our kids feel good and our students feel welcome.
For the student to be very comfortable to come to this college and feel they are cared and go through the process easily and pick what they want of the classes they wish. I appreciate Dr. Don Millas to initiate this one.
I think it'll continue to make the school even better than it is.
At least it's answering even the smallest questions and explaining everything, because I feel like that would get me to understand more.
I care about students, and I've been at Rio Hondo since I was a little girl. This is my community. I started here when my parents were students.
As you heard, the power of caring is important for the entire Rio Hondo College community. I'm Brooklyn Hunter, sending it back to you in the studio.
How tasty! Thanks, Brooklyn. The next Care Luncheon is scheduled to be on November 19th.
Let's hear from Bryce Bajorquez and with his report with First Gen Week at Rio Hondo.
Hey Roadrunners, we're at the lower quad at Rio Hondo celebrating First Gen Week for students who are getting their education here at Rio Hondo as first generation students.
Students get food going from vendor to vendor, seeing where the graduated staff received their bachelor's degree from, socializing with fellow students, meeting counselors, and enjoying the event.
We are celebrating students that are first in their family to go to college and hopefully graduate. And I would have to say that being first gen is really inspiring and powerful. Being able to break that barrier and pursuing something that you really believe in.
The campus was filled with the smell of fresh tacos and community spirit, indulging in fresh fruit, celebrating their culture and first-gen pride, supporting and connecting with student and staff entrepreneurs, an environment filled with fun, success, and community awareness.
I think the event's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of representation around here. I think it's a really fun time for us to be here and have some fun, you know?
Students and staff enjoyed drinking authentic horchata, all while enjoying each other and themselves, amongst being hardworking students, simply having a good time.
Continue being you and believe in yourself. It's not going to be hard. Maybe right now it's hard, but yeah.
For more information and updates on community events, announcements, and important reminders, follow Rio Hondo College on their Instagram at RioHondo_college. Back to you, Marissa, in the studio.
This is Bryce Bajorquez from Al Paisano Media, signing out.
That was a fun event to see. Thank you, Bryce.
Let's dribble on to Edwin Ramos with the men's first basketball game of the season.
We're here for Rio Hondo men's basketball home opener against LE Southwest. Rio Hondo men's basketball team opened the season hosting Los Angeles Southwestern on Wednesday, November 5th. The Cougars won the tip-off at the start of the game. The Roadrunners opened the scoring with the layup, making it 2-0 early in the game. Both sides were evenly matched on defense, getting the stops they both needed, leading to Coach Johnson to call a timeout to regroup the Roadrunners early on in the game. At the end of the half, the Cougars were up 44-36. At the half, it was all LE Southwestern. Rio Hondo will need to perform better in the second half. Both teams in the second half were aggressive in the scoring category, with the Roadrunners having the momentum the last 2 quarters of the game. That wasn't enough as the Cougars overcame the Roadrunners defense to tie the game with 2 seconds left and send it to overtime. Crucial mistakes from the Roadrunners in the final minutes led to the overtime loss by a score of 101-95. Freshman Tyler Jackson of Rio Hondo women's basketball team reflected on what the Roadrunners did well and what they need to work on moving forward in the next games.
I think they did really good offensively, and I think the offense is what could have won them the game, but if they had better defense, they definitely would have won. So I think they played solid offense, but their defense could have been a little bit better. So next time they got that.
This was Edwin Ramos from Rio 360, and now let's go back to the studio.
Great job playing, Roadrunners. Thanks, Edwin.
Moving on with our very own Marissa Chavez and the donation drive at Rio Hondo.
Hi, Roadrunners. I'm here at the Community Closet event hosted by the Rio Source Room at the Upper Quad here at Rio Hondo College, where students can grab any type of donations from November 3rd to November 6th.
The Rio Source Room hosted their Community Closet clothing drive at Rio Hondo's Upper Quad on November 3rd through November 6th. The event was a way for students to give back to their community by donating pre-loved clothing and shoes.
Here at the Community Closet, we provide free clothing for students and community members to come, and they're able to just grab anything they want that they see here, just as much as they can carry. But you're also able to donate up until the 6th. So we're doing this from November 3rd to November 6th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that is how long we'll have this event going for.
Students have a variety of options to choose from all of these racks, just like Cindy Toledo.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm here at the Rio Hondo Community Closet. This is my find for today. I'm very thankful for whoever donated this and all the other items behind me. You're welcome to donate, and then you're welcome to pick out anything you like absolutely for free.
All donations were dropped off at the Rio Source Room, and they were only accepting gently used clothing for this event. For any questions on basic need resources, contact the Rio Source Room at riosource@riohondo.edu.
This has been Marissa Chavez with Rio 360 signing out.
What great options to choose from. Thank you for that, Marissa.
On to a more serious topic, we have Donna Walsh with the Indivisible 45 ongoing protest.
Hi, this is Donna Walsh with El Paisano Media. Since he took office nearly 11 months ago, millions of Americans have taken to the streets to protest President Donald Trump and his administration's actions and policies. Let's learn more about Indivisible 45, a group out of Fullerton, California.
A co-sponsor of National Hands Off and No Kings Days, Indivisible has thousands of local groups and millions of members. Local groups host weekly protests. Fullerton's festive Monday 5 p.m. action is at the intersection of State College and Imperial Highway near the Brea Mall. Protest organizer Debbie Lockenbacher says they're very dedicated.
We started back in March, the first Monday in March, and we've been here every Monday since then. I think we're up to 37 or 38 weeks in a row now. And we felt that with the current administration, that a lot of people wanted to get out and protest and make their voices heard, and we wanted to take advantage of still having free speech.
People of all ages from all walks of life come out to protest here in Brea.
You know, we're falling backwards. Like, I know today we had like the Supreme Court debate on gay marriage, and luckily it seems like it's safe for now, luckily. But the fact that it was even up for debate, you know, is horrifying.
They're going to look at interracial marriage next year.
Yeah.
You know,
That's horrifying.
There's just so much going on that's really distressing, especially the fact that it seems America is not just stripping women's rights or migrants' rights, but going back all the way to, it seems like, slavery with the human trafficking with ICE. Because the fact that it's a commercial endeavor that's openly traded on the stock market, that's disgusting.
That's all for our team coverage here at Rio 360. Thank you so much for watching.
Remember to follow at El Paisano Media on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, X, and YouTube to keep updated on all things Rio Hondo.